Hey everybody, GB with Tech Type Reviews, and today we're going to talk a little bit about a new purchase I have which filled a void in my household, mainly talking about Wi-Fi dead spots. A little background, I had an Apple Airport Extreme. It was the one with the hard drive built in. Great AC router. I got pretty good throughput most places in the house, but as you got way back in the back rooms with the doors closed at night as I'm laying in bed surfing the internet, I started noticing some dropouts, and they were pretty consistent and frequent, and that's a problem for me. That's typically how I go to sleep at night, is instead of reading a book, I may be reading some tech reviews on the internet or just browsing casually until I fall asleep. Well, with it dropping out all the time, I began to get very frustrated, and that put me on a search to find a router a little bit stronger that could cover a broader square footage. And that brings us to the ASUS routers, the AC2400 RT-AC87R. Now real quick before we dive into that, there is an 87U designation, and that's the same thing, so don't be confused by that. This one came from Best Buy, and basically the specs are exactly the same. Best Buy just wanted theirs designated as an R for whatever reason. Maybe that's something the company uses to keep track of where they're sending things. I don't know, maybe they have an exclusive deal with Best Buy. But after looking very closely into it, I can tell you the 87U and the 87R are identical. So moving on from that, the big thing that this router brings is a lot of throughput and a broad coverage square footage wise. I don't know how many square feet this house is. It's a 4-bedroom house, and it's all 1 story, so it's spread out pretty good. And when you get back in some of the 4 corners, you start having some issues, and then you're gonna need either a wireless extender or something to boost the signal so you can have, good internet throughput back there. Well, I didn't want to go that route. I was really looking for a router that could just cover the whole house with no problem. And this is very important, I needed a router that could take care of all of the internet connected devices that are going simultaneously in this house. And that can get a little bit overwhelming for your average router sometimes. There's a couple of teenagers and a youngster in the house, plus my girlfriend and myself, who constantly have devices going. At any given time, there could be 4 devices streaming HD content from Netflix, internet surfing going all at the same time, YouTube videos, pages loading all around the house, and that can really bog a router down very quickly. Well, this boasts that that's not going to happen, and it also boasts that it covers a really broad square footage range. So I wanted to put it through its paces, and I'm not going to do a very technical review. I'm just going to tell you straight up, this thing is awesome. Awesome. What I saw right away when I swapped it out, that I couldn't find any dead spaces in the house. Internet signal had full bars, maybe drop off one once you get to the very back edges of the house, but throughput was still amazing. I was getting strong speeds. I turned on every device I had in here, which had to be close to 20, and I streamed Netflix on every one I could. I put YouTube videos on the ones that I couldn't, stream Netflix because I had reached my device capacity. And let me tell you, nothing dropped. Everything was perfect. HD quality right off the jump. This is a cool router. So we're gonna take a look at it. Just a quick review. I just wanted to let you guys know that if you're in the market to find something that will cover your household and cover the amount of devices that you have going at one time, this may be the bet for you. It worked for me. Now, taking a look at this ASUS router, we see it is a behemoth when it comes to router size, but that comes with good purpose because ASUS has went ahead and put a lot of functionality into this router. I mean, it's feature packed. The RT-AC87R dual band wireless gigabit router is gaming optimized. It comes out of the box ready to stream 4K video to multiple devices. It is multiple device enabled. It has adaptive QoS. It also has many enhanced security features. One of the big things that I like about it, it has dual core processors. So that's 2 dual core processors pushing all these features to make sure that you're not having a lot of dropouts. And connectivity loss due to the processors trying to keep up. So very thoughtful of ASUS to go ahead and think of that. Has a hardware NAT built in. It's actually a true 4x4 antenna design. Has the AR radar beamforming technology built in, and the multi-user MIMO, which may not be such a big deal right now, but what it is future-proof, and I'm sure we're gonna see that functionality coming in really soon in 2015. So I'm glad ASUS went ahead and included that. Now, as we take a look at the back side of this router, we can see that there are a bevy of connectivity options. ASUS has went ahead and included 1 gigabit WAN port, 4 gigabit LAN ports, and also WPS, so you can get some of these wireless devices up and running with the router without going through the hassle of the menu and the settings and all of that. So plenty of connectivity. You can run plenty of devices. I don't know how many of you guys are going to be going ahead and hooking up things wired. A lot of gamers prefer that for the reduced lag time, but I think most of the people interested in this router are going to be interested in it solely for the wireless connectivity options. On the front side, you can see there's two buttons, one to turn the LEDs off, one to turn the Wi-Fi off, and also under this handy little flap, which I'm not a big fan of it being in the front, but they did include a USB 3.0 terminal, and that'll be good for hooking up some external drive and getting some really good data transfer speeds. Now here we can take a look at the robust antenna system ASUS has included. They are quite large, but it's gonna not really allow you to hide this device, but hey, that's what you're getting for your money. And you can also see that this is part of ASUS's Extreme series routers. As their top of the line out of the 4 classifications that they have. Okay, taking a look at the internet portal or the interface that comes with the router, it's actually quite intuitive. You have a bevy of things that you can change and go through and set. You can get as customized or as advanced as you would like. I mean, it's really quite crazy. So that's always good that a router gives you so many choices, so many things that you can customize and really tailor the experience that you have with the device. So I was really happy to see that. You have a quick internet setup, which is like an assistant that'll kind of just guide you through, but if you kind of know your way around a router, you really won't have any problems and may not really need to use that. The first tab, you see there's a network map. It kind of shows you what you have going on in the different ranges in your 2.4 gigahertz. You can set it up the way you want, gives you your MAC address, IP address. So that stuff is there. It also shows you if you have something connected to either of your USB ports, and it shows you how many clients you have. So that's good just to have that at a glance information. Here we are at the guest networks, and for me, my guest networks are quite extensive in that I give the kids their own SSID, and that allows me to do a couple of things. The main thing it allows me to do is go ahead and monitor the kids and what sites they're getting on. I can turn the internet off at a certain time. Say it's a school night, I can cut everything off at 10 o'clock, and I don't have kids under the covers sneaking on Snapchat and Instagram and Facebook and all that good stuff. So that's pretty cool. I'm not going to go through all of this stuff, just some of the important things. Here is the USB application. AI disk is an ASUS exclusive, something they have to share files, by the USB over internet. Also, you have some media service and servers, a network printer server. You can use a USB dongle to get internet to the router and share that over your router. Also, time machine functionality, which is really handy for me since I'm a Mac user. And there's a download master, so it's like its own download client. So I haven't used that yet, but that seems pretty cool. Okay, adaptive QoS. Now, those of y'all that are familiar with QoS, basically this is just optimizing and prioritizing the things that you want to have download or upload connectivity on a priority basis. So you're allowed to select things and put them in different categories from priority highest to lowest, and supposedly the software will ensure that those protocols are met. So it's pretty intuitive. I didn't see any issue with it. Seems pretty straightforward. You can click on something that's connected to the device and it will tell you everything that they're using, and then you can click one of these buttons and give it a priority. So we'll see how that works out long run, but so far I haven't had any problems. It seems to be dividing my bandwidth up pretty equally and giving me what I need. So anyway, I'm not going to go all the way through this. I just wanted to show you guys that it is a pretty intuitive setup. It's a good looking design and easy to navigate, and that's always good because routers can get a little confusing and definitely a little bit on the complicated side. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that quick look and review of the ASUS RT-AC87R dual band wireless gigabit router. It's an outstanding router. You get great speed, great throughput, great coverage. It's a little expensive, but I think if something you can afford, you should definitely go for it. Now, if you guys enjoyed the content, please like the video and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We'll see you next time.